Welcome to Matters of the Heart podcast with Rashonda, Thursday's Tip Edition. Do you need some advice? Need some ideas to improve a specific situation, whether in the world around you or just an individual fix? Well, that's what Thursday's Tip is all about. I don't just tell you how to do it, but I'll always offer a couple of tips on things you can do to succeed in the process. Thursday's tips are geared towards making us feel empowered, starting from the inside out. So, what are you waiting for? Come on in and let me share a couple of tips with you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Thursday's Tip episode. You're listening to the Matters of the Heart podcast with Rashonda. On this platform, I talk about inspiration, motivation, wellness, and mind peacefulness here. I share experience, advice, and knowledge to help you and me improve our lives and learn more. And the content is always 100% positive, guaranteed, or your money back. I promise. So before October make its way up out of here, I thought I'd share a couple of October is the month ofs, with you all. There's always something going on, and October is the month of some very surprising ones you wouldn't even imagine. As we all know, October is the month of breast cancer and domestic violence awareness, which are both worthy and serious causes. However, there are some other things that you might didn't know, and that is that October is the month of adopting a shelter dog. Yes. So go out and go look in the shelter and get a dog, okay? For the month of October, okay? It's also the National I'm Just Me Because month. I'm just me because, all right? Look. Whatever. I'm just me. I'm doing me. I'm just me because. Did you know that? That's what October is. It's also National Pickled Peppers Month. And get this, National Pears and Pineapples Month. Yes, pears and pineapples are both celebrated this month, and for good causes. We know pineapples are good for us, but I wanted to say the pear, which happens to be one of my favorite fruits, has some amazing benefits as well, such as with 18% fiber in every pear, it's good for digestion and weight loss, and they aid in skin and hair health as well. Pears help reduce wrinkles and age spots, and they reduce hair loss. So how about that? I bet you never knew that, huh? Well, there's a little the more you know PSA for you. Another thing you probably didn't know is that October is also Positive Attitude Month, which is what we're going to talk about today. How we can remain positive in a negative environment. Do you find it hard to stay positive in not so positive environments? I have some tips for keeping that light bulb of positivity shining bright. So don't go anywhere. Sit tight. Positive vibes are coming up. All its pumpkin spice and everything nice, I thought I'd write about positivity. Did you know that October was Positive Attitude Month? Yeah, it really is, which is something we should all, regardless of the month, correct? We should all do, all right? We should all have a positive attitude. We should all do positive things, but of course, everybody isn't created equal, all right? But not so. Sometimes it's tough to keep up a positive image and smile amid chaos or adversity. It's even harder to always try to search for that glimmer of light amid so much darkness. But guess what? You really can. Light has a way of shining on the darkest situations and circumstances, especially if someone is having a bad day or if things aren't quite looking up as we sometimes would hope or think. When you go into a dark room and cut on the light, it makes everything within that room visible. Darkness is allowed in some cases, such as when nightfall comes. That's a darkness that is a must because after the sun has done its day's work and sets in the evening, darkness comes to take over its shift to allow people to retire for the night and rest. But that's how our solar system works. So, what about the light and darkness we hold on the inside of us? You see, we all carry a light bulb within us. No matter how our day may go or play out, we have a certain responsibility to handle that day appropriately. We can turn our light on or leave it dark. It's a choice that can only be made by you, whether to let positivity rule the day or allow negativity to destroy it. I've been told that I'm very positive and have had people come to me when they either want to smile, talk, or need to be uplifted from a dreadful day. So I share the light that's on the inside of me with them. But sometimes, after I've given out so much light, there comes a time where my light gets dim and even dark sometimes. That's one of the downfalls to being an encourager, right? You're the one that people call when they need to be lifted or consoled or just want to vent, but when it's your time, you hear crickets. I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles. However, when I return, I'm going to give you a couple of strategies that help me and maybe can help you too when your positive light suddenly stops working or begin to go dim. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. Tip number 1, and this is my favorite tip, okay? Pray. I bet you say, girl, you can't say nothing without putting the Lord in it. Well, okay. Pray. Now, I don't know your religious affiliation, and that's okay. Still, when people are mean or have said something to me or about me that's untrue and has totally shifted my light from bright to dark, prayer is the first step I take. It's a meditation route that not only relaxes your mind, but it calms your spirit. It brings you back into focus, all right? Prayer allows you to think before you speak or say something that will dim someone else's light, which may include a black eye. You get my drift? All right, look, you better pray about it because I don't want nobody having raccoon eyes, okay? And there have been some times in my life where I kind of wanted, okay, so prayer kept me from saying some things and doing some things, okay, that I knew I shouldn't have been doing. So let's put prayer first. All right, Lord, help us. Tip number 2, talk to someone. Another way to stay positive is by talking with someone with a positive mindset. I can't tell you how many times I felt down in the dumps only to speak to someone to vent, and they start talking about their negativity. Like, choose your circle of friends wisely, because if you don't have anyone that can listen to you or be there when you need a recharge, then you might need to regroup and think about your circle. You're there for everyone else. Make sure you have someone that can be there for you too, okay? Another self-care thing, that is self-care. All right, making sure that you have someone that's there for you. All right, you're taking care of yourself. You need to be taken care of, and so does your mind. All right, tip number 3, avoid negative news. I can't tell you how dreadful it is to turn on the news and see negative things. It's not only depressing, but discouraging. Not to be naive to the information or the things currently going on in the world today. Trust me, I'm not naive to none of it. But there are times when you need a break from it. That's when I turn on some upbeat tunes or the radio or pop in a CD. I know CDs are like a thing of the past now, but I still got some. Don't judge me. And I sing. Reading positive things and or positive quotes are also rechargers to having a positive day. Okay, tip number 4, and this is the last one. Don't change your stripes. If you are a naturally positive person, don't change who you are all because someone else chose to not turn their light on and have a bad day. Everyone is not going to be positive and smile as you do. Trust me, I know. However, that shouldn't stop you from being who you are. Don't accommodate negative energy. It only makes you hostile. People are people, and while everyone is different, okay, don't allow their difference to keep you from making a positive difference in your own life as well as the world. Listen, it's not easy sometimes to maintain a cheerful disposition in a hostile world. Still, if you keep your focus and remain true to yourself, you will have a light that will continue to shine inside of you and just may serve as the source for helping to turn someone else's on too. Okay? So, that's my tips for how to remain positive in a negative environment. Well, that's all the time I have for you today. Remember, there's a new podcast episode every first Sunday, which is #Sunday's Thoughts or a Sunday Word. There's also a Thursday's Tip podcast episode, which is such as this one today, every second Thursday of the month. So if you like episodes like this, such as this one, or on the Sundays, the first Sundays, make sure you listen and subscribe. It's totally free. And if you can, leave me a comment on Apple or Spotify and click on the stars too. That helps. It's free. And whenever, whatever platform you're listening on will let you know when there's a new episode available. Hey, listen, whatever works for you, work for me. Whether you subscribe or not, I'm cool with it. All right. We're still friends. And a happy Halloween to you if you celebrate it. But listen, watch out for our babies. Watch out for our kiddos. There's so much going on with the candy and everything. It's crazy that people will want to inflict hurt on a child. Like, I don't get it. However, just be careful. And if you don't go out, buy the kids some candy and have a small get together at home. All right. Listen, it's a thought. It's safe. And you know what your kids are eating. All right. Anywho, take care, and I will talk to you again soon. That was it for today's episode. I hope you were inspired and feel positive vibes whenever you spend some time with me, Rashonda, and the Matters of the Heart podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to join me next time as we dive deeper into our spiritual, mental, and physical journey. You can follow Matters of the Heart podcast on Facebook to stay tuned for what's coming next. Feel free to share the episodes while you're here. Also, stay with me by subscribing wherever your favorite music and podcast stations reside. And as always, watch your heart because its actions will follow. Thank you for listening.